Hi guys, my name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're up for round 2 of our 5-minute tour of the Inner Sea. Today we're going up north to the lands of the Linnorm Kings. Let's dive right in. So, like pretty much everything else in Paizo's universe, the lands of the Linnorm Kings has a real-life Earth counterpart. In this case, we're talking about Scandinavia, circa 700 to 1100 AD, the Viking Age. These guys are basically the same idea as the Vikings of Earth. They were even the first people on Golarion to cross the Arcadian Ocean and found the settlement of Valenhall on Arcadia. So picture a Viking ruler who's cut a swath of land out of the local area. He's built cities. He raids the surrounding nations, things of that nature. In the lands of the Linnorm Kings, we've got 5 of those. Life in this region is extremely tough. The ground is not ideal for growing crops, and half the year there's snow on the ground. So most people in the lands of the Linnorm Kings trade for the food they need to survive, if not outright going to other nations and raiding and pillaging for what they need. So like I said before, there are 5 Linnorm Kings present in the lands of the Linnorm Kings at the time. We have Ingemundr the Unruly, White Estrid, Svein Bloodeagle, Opir Eightfingers, and Freyr Darkwine. However, there can be as many or as few Linnorm Kings running around at any given time up there. It's a very disorganized society. These guys will go kill a Linnorm, take its head back through the gates of a city, and then use this to assert their dominance over the land. They'll get the capital city of wherever they walk through, plus a few outlying towns. It's a very disorganized and chaotic structure. The lands of the Linnorm Kings used to be a lot bigger than they are today. Around 1400 years ago, Baba Yaga came down from the frozen north with a vast army of ice monsters and carved out her nation of Irisin directly from the lands of the Linnorm Kings. All the Linnorm Kings bear a pretty deep resentment to this, but they're so divided they can't really do anything about it. There might be some raids back and forth, but unless somebody were to come unite the Linnorm Kings, send them east to attack Baba Yaga, you're basically just looking at an endless skirmish forever. Hint, hint, player characters. This region of Golarion is also home to vast, expansive wilderness. In the north, we have the region of Icemark, which is populated by nomadic tribes that bury their dead in the ice, as well as Grungir Forest, one of the biggest First World nexuses on Golarion. Several portals to the First World, the home of the Fae, exist within Grungir Forest, as well as the Great Linnorm Fafnir. So far as religion goes, we're talking a nation of warriors, so Gorum is often first in the pantheon, as well as several giant deities. There's a pretty good population of dwarves, so Torog often has a very high place in this region. Of course, we've got the small rural communities where Rassel holds sway, and many of the region's inhabitants who live in close proximity to Grungir Forest also venerate the Eldest, a set of Fae gods from the First World. So what's going to oppose us out here? Well, by and large, especially if we're not Ulfin, which is the native human ethnicity, pretty much every Ulfin raider worth his salt is going to try to oppose you. Now granted, there are certain exceptions, such as in the capital city of Karlsgard, where pretty much everybody's welcome. If you're out wandering the beach at the middle of the night and a dragon-headed longboat pulls up, you should probably run. Other than that, we're looking at polar bears, smilodons, things of that nature, as well as Fae creatures, and obviously the Linnorms that give this region its name. The lands of the Linnorm Kings can be a great environment to throw your adventurers in, especially if you have players who like to make their mark on a map, players that like to have castles, manage towns, things like that. To become a ruler in the lands of the Linnorm Kings, one must simply slay a Linnorm. So if you've got a player who likes to manage castles, like I said, send them here. Let them fight a dragon and some Vikings. They can have their own land, they can manage their own people, their own armies. It's a lot of fun. If you need adventure hooks, this place has got them in spades. Not only is this, like I said, a great place for a player to come if he wants to conquer regions on the map, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Be it maybe you want to join the people in Hagreach and oppose Irisin, maybe you just want to be an evil guy who's running around killing peasants and taking their stuff, or maybe you want to try to unite the Linnorm Kings into a true nation instead of just a confederation of clans. No matter which way you cut it, there's plenty of stuff to do out here. So that's all I have to say about that. If you guys have anything to add, throw it in the comments, like and subscribe for more videos. We'll cover the next region next Friday.